Why would you ruin a cinnamon roll with Vegemite? Why? You're selling that to the public? No. For those that don't know me, my name is Jamie and I'm an American that's been living in Australia for the last decade. And as surprising as it might be to some of you, there are a few Australian snacks that I have actively avoided, but that all changes today. And I'm still not sure how I feel about that. So there are many reasons why I haven't tried some of these things, but mainly because they look disgusting to me. Maybe not disgusting, but maybe there were other options around at the time that I chose over those. Let's say if I was at a barbecue or at a friend's house or something, there was always something that I preferred more that I would have just chosen instead. That's usually been the case. So here we are. I'm immersing myself into the Australian culture, okay? I'm trying things. I know it's 10 years too late for some of you, but we're here. Better late than never, you know? Now on the menu today we have a cheesy mite scroll, fresh from Baker's Delight. We are going to make some fairy bread. I really tried to get some melting moments and I'm really not happy about it because usually I see them everywhere at all the cafes. I could not get my hands on them in time for this video, so we're doing it without it because I wasn't gonna put this whole video on pause just for a melting moment. And I'm like, I'm saying that because I've never tried one. Maybe if I try one, I'm gonna be like, I should have put it on hold because these are delicious, but it is what it is. Ignorance is bliss. And then I found a new flavor of Kit Kat and I'm going to try that because your girl has to have something to look forward to in this video, okay? So yeah, and then I was looking into like the history of all of these things, like the origin of them, which was very interesting. Come, have a little history lesson from me. Listen, I honestly don't know how long this video is going to be. It's probably going to be real short and sweet, but it's not about the time, it's about what we do with the time, right? Things first, I'm going to try some fairy bread, but the thing is, with the fairy bread, this is a piece of toast. First of all, I'm pretty sure fairy bread is supposed to be only on white bread. This is not white bread. This is whole grain protein bread, but it's all I had in the house and I wasn't going to buy a whole loaf of white bread just for this video. I'm sorry. YouTube is not paying me enough for that. So I had to defrost it. I threw it in the toaster and now it's a little toasty. So just ignore that. Just grab a piece of white bread if you're trying to recreate any of these. And also go copy an actual Australian because I don't know what I'm doing, okay?
The origin story behind fairy bread.
The first printed mention of fairy bread was in the Tasmanian newspaper, The Mercury, in 1929. Like, what? Honestly, that's really shocking to me because I thought this was just like something that happened in the 80s. Like, they just threw some butter on bread. If you don't know what fairy bread is, it's basically a piece of white bread with butter on it and sprinkles. Or if you're from New England or Massachusetts, we call these jimmies. If you're an Australian, they call them hundreds and thousands, which is weird to me. So yeah, hundreds and thousands, or jimmies, or sprinkles, whatever you call them. So yeah, white bread, some butter, and some sprinkles, jimmies, hundreds and thousands sprinkled on top. It's like really popular at like birthday parties is where I've seen it. Birthday parties or like basically anywhere where there's gonna be kids, but I've also seen like Australian adults like find this so nostalgic. So I don't know, we're gonna try it. Let's see, what else have we learned? The dish was being served at children's parties at a hospital in Hobart, although the name of the first person to create it still remains a mystery. We're doing it. So I think I'm doing this all wrong because I've got salted butter. It's like a sweet and salty vibe, you know what I mean? A little bit of sweet, a little bit of salty. Too much? Not enough? Like I get how kids would love it, like kind of. It's like, you know what it reminds me of? And I don't know if everyone will relate to this, but I don't know if this is just like a black family thing or if this is just like a poor family thing. I happen to be in both categories growing up. But you would make like a ghetto like fried dough or like a ghetto French toast where it was like toast with butter and like cinnamon or cinnamon sugar. That it's giving like poor person's fried dough. No, I thought this was gonna have smaller holes in it. It's just a big gap. Did I mention I hate sprinkles? Oh, like it looks so cute. I'm not going to lie, it looks so cute, but you guys, why is this a thing? Like it looks super cute. Like I would I get why kids would love this. And I get it because it's like cheap and easy to make, quick to throw it together. You know, you don't have to cook anything. I get the purpose of this. And the thing is, I don't even have to write hundreds and thousands. I have like stars in there. And I know some would say that that's not enough sprinkles, but that's way too much for me. This is too much. You guys weren't supposed to see my bottom half because I'm wearing my pajama shorts. Mind your business. All right. Guys. All right. It's fine. At least it's not going to taste like Christmas pudding. Okay, I can deal with this. Oh, they all smell the same. Why do they all smell the same? I like the bread and butter part, and then the sprinkles are like ruining it for me. It's not bad. It definitely reminds me of that, I don't even know what it's called, bread with butter and cinnamon sugar. Too bad if you eat around the sprinkles. But they give a hint of sweetness. I think I would still prefer the cinnamon sugar because I don't like sprinkles. I don't like sprinkles. If you like cupcakes, I feel like you would like this. It's like almost like savory. It's not too bad. But I think I'm just hungry and there's butter and bread on this. And we're not gonna waste food in this economy. I get it, but I don't like it. I've also seen people do it with Nutella instead of butter, which I still don't think I would like because it's the sprinkles that are the problem. If you don't like sprinkles, do cinnamon sugar. Thank me later. I'm gonna go with the other bread item. Are these normally heated up? I feel like I want to. I just got the whiff of Vegemite. So I was looking into the history behind these. I don't know, everyone calls them Vegemite scrolls, but they have cheese in them. And at the Baker's Delight, they call them Cheesy Mite scrolls. When I first saw these, I was so excited because I thought they were cinnamon rolls, and then I saw Cheesy Mite, and I was like, why would you ruin a cinnamon roll with Vegemite? Why? Why? Whose idea was this? Cheesy Mite scroll originated in Australia. So when I was looking into this, it was like, are they a New Zealand thing or are they an Australian thing? Like, because they do have them in New Zealand, I'm pretty sure, but like Vegemite was like Australia, like Melbourne actually, which I didn't know. I learned some fun facts doing the research for this video. So the Cheesy Mite scroll originated in Australia and was introduced by Baker's Delight in 1994. So this thing is like still a baby. It's like 20 something years old. Like that's pretty, like compared to the fairy bread, this has been around since, what was it? 1929 or something? Fairy bread has been around since 1929. This thing is a newborn compared to the fairy bread, okay? This is 1994, okay? My brother was 2 years old. Oh, love you, JJ. So this iconic treat combines Vegemite and melted cheese into a soft, fluffy bread roll. And this one is giant. They're so big. I didn't think they were this big. Creating a unique and delicious flavor explosion. That's what they said. Apparently the origin of Vegemite itself was originated in Melbourne, Australia in 1923. And I didn't know that like Vegemite like was originated in Melbourne. Like we are the Vegemite origin. Vegemite origin story begins here in Melbourne. Like that's a big deal, okay? Not because like I love Vegemite, but because everyone else does. Vegemite, if you don't know, Vegemite's made from brewer's yeast. Why can't I say that word? Brewer's yeast. And it says, this spread made from brewer's yeast became a distinctively Australian food, despite being owned by an American company. What? I can't believe it was owned by an American company for several decades. Did you know this? Is it just news to you? Let me know in the comments. This dark brown yeast-based spread, that just sounds gross. Dark brown yeast-based spread. And now we're eating it with cheese on bread? Come on. Created as a local product when Marmite was hard to source from England when they were on short supply. So Marmite is like the English British version of Vegemite, if you don't know. I've never had Marmite. I do have an Australian friend that lives in the UK and she's all about the Marmite. So I don't know what's the real difference. If you do know, if you can explain it to me in the comments, let me know. The Marmite was in short supply, so they developed Vegemite here in Melbourne. That brings us to the Vegemite scroll in 1994. That's the timeline for you, okay? So 1923, Vegemite was created. Then 1929, the fairy bread came along. And then 1994, we got the Cheesy Mite scroll, okay? There's a history lesson for you, okay? Take notes, take notes. I don't know, I feel like I should heat it up. Part of me wants to heat it up. Do you heat it up? Let me see. This is from Baker's Delight themselves. Absolutely freeze Baker's Delight Cheesy Mite scrolls for future enjoyment. When stored correctly, you can keep them in the freezer for up to 3 months. To thaw, leave them at room temperature for a bit or warm them in the oven for a fresh out of the oven experience. I kind of want a fresh out of the oven experience. How many calories are in a Baker's Delight Cheesy Mite scroll? Do I even want to know? 337 calories? I doubt it. This thing is massive. I'm just gonna pop it in the microwave for 30 seconds and call it a day, okay? I purposely didn't eat lunch so that I could do all of this. A lot of it's like bread, carbs, sugar. So I'm gonna need a nap after this, okay? When you microwave it, it makes it smell even more like Vegemite. Okay, so how do I feel about Vegemite prior to this? I don't really love it. The only time I have slightly enjoyed Vegemite was when it was on like a cheese toasty. So I have a feeling I'm not going to hate this. The only other time I do use Vegemite is not even like for a meal. It's like if I ever get a canker sore, they're great for canker sores. So life hack if you didn't know that. Because that's how salty they are. You know, like if you get like a canker sore in your mouth, you like do a mouth rinse with like salty water. You can just get a Q-tip, dab some Vegemite in there. I'll tell you, that thing's gonna be gone before you know it, okay? That's how salty Vegemite is, okay? That you can just literally replace actual salt water with a Vegemite. So I've heated it up for 30 seconds. It smells like so much Vegemite. Look at the bottom. My brain wants it to be a cinnamon roll so badly. Oh my God, one of the sprinkles got in it. Don't ruin this any more than it's already ruined. All right. The bread's delicious, but that's because Baker's Delight just makes delicious bread. I feel like this video should be sponsored by Baker's Delight because the fairy bread was also made on Baker's Delight bread. I'm a Baker's Delight girly, okay? That piece wasn't very cheesy or Vegemite though. The bread is so good. I got my boyfriend one of these for Valentine's Day. It honestly just tastes like a bread roll to me. Like, let me eat some of the middle where there's like a lot of cheese and Vegemite together. Oh God. Oh God. Oh no. I don't want to see this. I took too big of a bite. I found it. There's all the Vegemite. It was hiding in the middle with the cheese. Woo! 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 I honestly don't think I would hate it as much if there was more cheese to go with that Vegemite to kind of balance it out. I feel like the middle has way too much for me. That's just too much for me. What about you? How would you feel about it? Like, that looks like a cinnamon filling, but it's Vegemite, and that's just way too much for me. That's just like, you're out of control right now. That's illegal. That's a sin. You're selling that to the public? No. This is my kind of Vegemite. But like, the cheese is good, the dough is good, and the parts with light Vegemite are not that bad. Or maybe I'm just hungry. If I walked into a room and like there was a platter of those, like, it's not like, ooh, I'm gonna start salivating, like, ooh, Vegemite scrolls, yes. Like, no. I'm gonna be like, smells good. I love how I'm sitting here shaking my head like, ugh, yuck, while I continue to eat it. It's just too much in these pieces. But don't worry, they're not gonna go to waste, okay? I got a Vegemite loving boyfriend. Next was supposed to be the melting moment, and I couldn't get my hands on them, but I did look into some of the origin story behind the melting moment. A melting moment, I'll put it on the screen, but it looks like it looks like a sandwich cookie. Like, picture an Oreo, but the biscuit part of the cookie is thicker and it's vanilla cream, or if it's like an icing. If it's an icing, I definitely don't think I'll like them. If it's like a buttercream, ooh, I will love that. I think like it's like a shortbread cookie with like cream inside, or icing, I'm not sure. Okay, so this says it's icing, so I don't think I would like them. The UK also make melting moment biscuits. I think they are more popular in Australia and New Zealand. I couldn't find too much of the history behind them though on my very brief Google search. So if anyone knows anything about melting moments, the origin story behind them, let me know in the comments, because I am genuinely interested, because after doing the research on the other stuff, it just, I wanted to know, and when I Googled it and I couldn't find much, I was like, oh, it kind of just like was very unsatisfying to not have the answer of how these delicious looking, I don't know how they taste, little biscuits were made. Now we have the vanilla slice. I tried so hard to get one at an actual bakery, not far from me, that like has a sign that says they like make the best vanilla slice ever, but like I wasn't going out of my way to get all the ingredients when I was already at, like I already went to 4 stores trying to find the melting moments. So I just grabbed the store-bought vanilla slice. I know that it's not the same. There's a fish and chip shop near Shoreham in Victoria that makes these big ass vanilla slices. I've never tried them, I've only seen them because I went there for fish and chips, and then they just have a big display window that has like all these, like they're like so big, they're like the size of your head. These ones, they're like the size of the container this comes in. They're so big. For those that don't know what a vanilla slice is, it's a creamy vanilla custard. Again, Australians love their friggin' custard. Creamy vanilla custard layered with puff pastry, topped with fondant icing, and Belgian dark chocolate. Now, most of the vanilla slices I've seen don't have chocolate drizzle on them. These ones do. I have seen them before, and some of the cafes I've worked at have sold these kind. I don't know how good it's gonna be because it's not like they made it fresh this morning. So it says vanilla slice is an Australian variation of many similar desserts, comprising of vanilla custard and flaky pastry. Most notably includes the millefeuille. I don't know how to pronounce that. The millefeuille. Is this like an Australian version of this French millefeuille? Puff pastry. Oh my god, it looks like that. It just looks like it has more layers in it. Wow, that's a moulin rouge. The moulin rouge. So that's a moulin rouge. Looks pretty similar, guys. Like, I'm sorry, I'm eating a moulin rouge. I want to know how to pronounce it.
In French, this would be pronounced millefeuille. Millefeuille. The S at the end of feuille is definitely silent.
Millefeuille. I'm gonna enjoy my millefeuille. Next time you go to France, you can order a millefeuille. Live your best Aussie French life. There's so much custard in it. Like, how do you even get it out of this thing? What? I feel like I have to dump them like that. Millefeuille. Oh my god, it's so sweet. A millefeuille is so sweet. I only touched the top icing. Again, icing, not a fan. But the millefeuille, it's so custardy. Millefeuille, I can't stop saying it. It's so sweet. It's custard. It's just, I think it's too much custard for me. Ugh. I feel like a fresh one would be way more delicious, but it is so sweet. And it kind of reminds me of like a custard filled donut, like a Boston cream donut, but even a Boston cream donut is not this sweet. And that's like dipped in chocolate and has custard in the middle. It's too much custard for me. The millefeuille is not for me for you. Not this one, at least. The pastry's like soaked in the custard, like. It's too much. What the hell? All right, my battery died. We're back. Anyway, I was saying, oh God, the millefeuille got in my hand. I don't like it. It's a no for me. This one, at least. This is straight up diabetes on a plate. If you're in Victoria and you know of a place that makes a good vanilla slice, let me know in the comments. But when I used to work in hospitality, I used to see people come in just for like a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, and they would just get like a slice. They would get like a brownie slice or like a vanilla slice was like one of the most popular things that everyone came in for. And they would just be like having a vanilla slice with their cup of tea. And to actually taste it now, I'm like, bro, that is so sweet. Like these little grandmas coming in here to eat all this, to eat this whole thing, all this sugar. It's like they're leaving with a sugar rush. Like I thought it was gonna be some like, I don't know, like bland old person dessert. But this thing is sweet as hell. I feel like this is like for kids, not the vibe for me. A lot of this is not the vibe for me. If I had to choose one of these things to eat, like, okay, let's say I was like so hungry and all I had in the house was a Vegemite scroll, a vanilla slice, or the fairy bread, I would probably pick the Vegemite scroll and just pick around the middle. Stay away from the middle. This one took me by surprise. That one, I thought I was gonna love this, but it's too much. What we've all been waiting for, AKA what I've been waiting for, is the Kit Kat. So when I first moved here, I was like taken back at how many flavors of Kit Kats there were. I feel like there's way more in the States now, but when I first moved here over a decade ago, I was like, oh my God, you guys have so many Kit Kat flavors, it's insane. But also you guys had crispy M&Ms and they discontinued those in the States. So I was like so happy. So I always see, I feel like Australia comes out with a new Kit Kat flavor like every few months. I'm like, oh, they came out with the white chocolate ones. I just saw this one. It's a cookie dough one. And so anyway, I love that Australia is all about Kit Kats because Kit Kats were one of my favorite chocolates in the States. I remember growing up when we would go trick-or-treating for Halloween, I would literally like trade my brothers and sisters like different candies for Kit Kats. Give you a Reese's cup for a Kit Kat. If you don't know what a Kit Kat is, it's chocolate wafers covered in chocolate. And like now they come out with different flavors that has like fillings inside. I was so interested to see where Kit Kats originated from. After looking into all the other things, I was like, I never even thought about where Kit Kat's from. I just enjoyed them, you know? They're actually from the UK. So they were created by Roundtrees of York, United Kingdom, and it is now made globally by Nestle. And they come in different sizes. So this is like the big Kit Kat, which like I feel like growing up we only had like the smaller ones that come with like 4 pieces. You can't like go wrong with the OG Kit Kat. Come on. The name Kit Kat came from the Kit Kat Club, which was named after Christopher Catling, which I found interesting. It was named after Christopher Catling. His last name is spelled C-A-T-L-I-N-G. So they like switched it from a C to a K, like Catling, who used to hold a literary and political club in his pie shop in London in the 17th century. It's so funny. I love hearing all these little fun facts. Why does it say that? Like, try me. Like, they're really tempting you on these streets here. Like, try me. You're walking by and the package is like, try me. Like, if you say so. I don't remember them being like pieces. Maybe they always have. It's been a while since I've had one. Anyway, cookie dough. Here we go. Oh, it's gooey. It makes it very creamy, and the top part's soft. Like, the bottom's like that traditional Kit Kat crunch, but the top is very creamy. It gets like so creamy that it's like sticks to the roof of your mouth. The cookie dough part actually reminds me of like white chocolate, the Milky Bars, cookies and cream kind of thing, which is like one of my other favorite. Cookies and cream, anything is my go-to. It's like a Milky Bar slash Kit Kat, and that's amazing. But I will say, I do still love the OG one. Dad, I'm here. Do you have clothes on? Yeah. Put clothes on and then come here.
I love these videos. Love them, love them, love them.
Why? Because I'm so engaging and fun.
No, I just walk out into the kitchen, there's plenty of food. And it's great. It's a great little content thing that you're building. It's good, keep it up. Encourage you to try more foods.
Alright, what do you want to try for? Well, it's not trying foods. You've tried all these. You're Australian.
I've had all of them. I haven't had these before.
A vanilla slice? It's a millefeuille.
I haven't had the vanilla slice, this custody before.
Yeah. What have you had it?
Sort of thicker, it's almost like a cream cheese center.
Here, oh my god, I could not eat this. It was too much.
I love them.
I know, but the center is like all
It's all Vegemite.
Yeah.
It's great. It's so good.
You had that yesterday though.
Oh,
You just ate that like it was nothing. Like, ooh, more Vegemite, please.
it could be more Vegemite, to be honest.
It's not enough.
It's not enough. I like a lot of Vegemite, but I like salt.
Yeah, I know, but like, salt doesn't equal Vegemite. They have two different tastes. I didn't mind it. I just, the center, that's way too much for me.
I'll say that too.
Ugh.
This is childhood. I've had one of these since I was a little boy.
I told you.
Yeah. This will be good.
Did I do it wrong?
Yeah.
Why?
This is toasted.
I know, because it was frozen.
Right. And it needs to be
Wrong! I know, it needs to be white bland white bread.
plain white.
I know.
Keep that as well. Are we coming back to the office with me? What else we got?
The millefeuille.
I'm wondering what the hell you're saying.
I went into the other room to get my battery died, so I had to recharge it, and I was just like, millefeuille, and he started saying it with me for some
idea
reason.
what was going on.
He had no idea. And now he's come out and he's going to try the millefeuille.
Alright, bit of MILF.
Millefeuille.
So why are we calling it MILF for you?
That's what it's called in French.
Right.
I know. I think it's just because it's a Woolly store-bought one.
Right.
That's so much.
Is it? I like custard.
It's so sweet. It's so...
That is damn good, isn't it? Isn't that good?
You like it?
I like that a lot. I like all this. This is great.
Maybe we just have different palates. Millefeuille.
That's very custardy. Yeah, good. That's coming with me too.
And last but not least.
Oh, you can have that. I know you love that.
I know, I do.
That's all
Just take a little bite.
Alright, what kind of Kit Kat is this?
Take a little bite and guess.
I guess it's a cookies and cream.
No, but tastes like it.
Yeah. It reminds me of the cookies and cream protein bars.
It reminds me of a Milky Bar.
Yeah, it does have that kind of vibe to it as well. What is it?
Cookie dough. You were with me when I bought this.
I don't remember. Yeah. Nice. Nice, that's good. These are all good. These are all good.
There was only one win for me in this pile.
What was it?
The Kit Kat.
Oh, really? You didn't even like the fairy bread?
Mm.
Yeah, because you made it wrong.
No, I hate sprinkles.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, and then probably, what was this? Not enough Vegemite? Anyway, I'm gonna go to the office. See you guys. Encourage you to do more food tasting videos. Many more. One a week, one a day. One a day.
Well, that's an easy cleanup. All the food's gone. I'll tell you what, I am full. Have you tried any of these, or did you grow up with any of these? Would you try them? Did any of them pique your interest? Did any of them look disgusting? What should I try next? I really want to do a part 2 to my American tries British snacks. I got some recommendations on things I could try, but I also am open to trying other countries' snacks and items if I can source them. Like, sometimes it's really hard to get things in Australia, so depending on what it is and if I can get my hands on it and if it's not too expensive for me to get my hands on it, I am definitely open to suggestions and trying other things, and they don't have to just be sweets and stuff like that. I don't want to say I like all foods, because clearly I don't. Clearly these videos show that very accurately. But I'm open to trying things. It doesn't hurt to try. I'm trying to widen my openness to at least trying it. You know what I mean? Like I said, I went 10 years without trying any of these things. And so, I mean, the Kit Kat, we've tried the Kit Kat, but it doesn't hurt to try it. So now I know when I walk by it, I'm not gonna be missing out on anything, okay? With that, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing, and I hope to see you tuning in to another video soon. Bye!